Good morning and welcome to the presentation of a used fire equipment donation from the City of Houston to the City of Tampico. My name is Marco Bracamontes and I'm founder and president of the Houston-Tampico Sister City Association. I want to thank everyone for taking time to join us today to celebrate an important day for the strengthening of global Houston and the building of a more connected international community. I want to recognize the presence of Mayor Sylvester Turner, Fire Chief Sam Pena, Ambassador Alicia Kerber Palma, and the City of Tampico Secretary of Tourism, Elvia Olguera Altamirano. I would also like to recognize distinguished members of the community of Tampico, originally from Tampico, and leaders of the Honorable Houston Fire Department. Our fellow Tampico members are Ms. Selena Hellman, who was crucial to get the sister city relationship together. Ms. Penelope Gonzalez, who's been a supporter, a leader, a kind of an ambassador of the sister city. And Roberto Sanchez, member of the Exatec Society. 20 years ago, on April 12, 2003, Mayors Lee Brown and Arturo Elizondo from Tampico met at the Julia Ideson Library to sign a collaboration agreement in business, education, sports, and other areas. Today, we're gathered here to celebrate another major achievement of citizen diplomacy and collaboration, the presentation of $230,000 worth of used fire equipment from Houston to Tampico, thanks to the generosity of the Houston City Council, led by Mayor Sylvester Turner. I would like to mention a few highlights of our sister city relationship. A photo exhibit called The Birth of Mexico's Oil Industry, depicting key moments in our common industrial history, touring around the world, and now 30 times, presented 30 times in 5 countries. 3 previous fire equipment donations that have helped save lives, not only in Tampico, but in the 5 surrounding municipalities, because the Tampico Fire Department serves the whole urban area. A Border Energy Forum international event celebrated in Tampico and managed jointly by the Texas General Land Office. The Festival of Huapango, an artistic event featuring Northeast Mexico's folk dance. Huapango is now incorporated into HISD's educational curriculum. The Health Promotora Seminar that trained 80 Houston health workers on engaging Latino women to prevent cervical cancer. And there have been many other projects across the border during those 20 years. Today, we're over 40,000 people originally from Tampico residing in Houston. You can enjoy food from Tampico, just as if you were there, because they serve the regional food of the Huasteca region. And yes, there's a street called Tampico around Cross Timbers and 59. Tampico, when are you naming a street, Houston, in your city? So thank you for joining us, and without further ado, please welcome Mayor Sylvester Turner.
Look, let me just start off by thanking Marco for all of that and for that history. And quite frankly, I didn't know there were 40,000 people from Tampico that's now residing in the city of Houston. So I'm looking at several of them, Selena and Penelope, Roberto. So thank you all so very, very much. I do want to say it's a pleasure to be here today for such a worthy cause and building on the relationship that was started back in 2003. And before I begin, let me acknowledge Chief Pena, the chief of the Houston Fire Department. Chief Pena, let me thank you and your team and for helping to make this day possible. The Ambassador General of Mexico, Alicia Kerber Palma, who I've had the pleasure of working with quite frankly, over the last several years, and who has proven to be a strong ambassador for Mexico and yet a tremendous friend to the city of Houston. So thank you so very, very much, and I look forward to working with you very closely over the next 11 months. Whose mom also is a resident of, lives in Tampico. And then, of course, to Marco Bracamontes, president of the Houston Tampico Sister City Association. Thank you. You, President Selena, is who made this thing happen back in 2003. I say that affectionately. And then I certainly want to acknowledge Chris Olson. Where's Chris? Chris Olson is here, who's over the Mayor's Office of Trade and International Affairs. And I also want to give a warm welcome to the Secretary of Tourism from the City of Tampico, Mexico, Silvia Higuera. Thank you so very much for being here, and please extend my best wishes to the Mayor of Tampico as well. And we look forward to further building tourism between our two cities. We're here today to present our sister city, Tampico, with 14 pallets of fire gear that is fire gear. Discussions of a donation began nearly 2 years ago during a visit from the fire chief from Tampico. The donations were collected by the fire department over a period of 10 months and will be transported to the city of Tampico, where it will be distributed to the Tampico Fire Department. This is a great example of what sister cities do. This is simply what we do. Houston and Tampico began sister cities in 2003, a relationship that we hold very, very dear as a connection to one of our top trade partners and good friends, which is Mexico. That relationship goes back over many, many, many years. The city of Houston currently has 19 sister cities, and today's donation serves as a prime example of the sister city mission of promoting city diplomacy, peace, and understanding through people-to-people exchanges. This isn't the first time, as Marco said, that we have donated fire equipment and gear to our sister cities around the world, and it certainly will not be the last. And the reality is, you never know when you will need others to step up to help us. We've gone through several crises in the city of Houston over the last 7 years, and people from all over the world and cities from all over the world have stepped up to help us as well. I would like to thank the City Council for their support in getting this approved this past November, and we would not have been able to do this without the wonderful team at the Houston Fire Department, so I want to give them really the credit for making this day happen. I want to thank Houston Fire Chief Sam Pena and his team for their continued efforts and dedication into helping keep not only Houston safe, but also helping our friends and cities from around the globe. Today, the chief, the fire department, and all of those who made this happen are wonderful ambassadors for the city of Houston. And so, on a personal note, let me say thank you. Now let me invite Chief Pena to come forward.
Well, thank you, Mayor. And first, let me start by showing my appreciation to you, Mayor, and Council for the support in this effort. The Consul General, Ms. Kerber, thank you for your partnership. And, of course, the City of Guayaquil, Mr. Bracamontes, thanks for the constant phone calls and work on this thing, because it does take a big effort to get us to this point. And I want to thank my staff that's sitting back there. George, thank you for your work on this. George has taken this project on, and he has ensured that we maintained the pace. And Mayor, I think you'd be happy to know that in the 20 years that we've had this Sister City Agreement, there have been 4 large donations to Tampico. 2 of those have come under your administration. So we are committed to ensuring that we are partnering with our brothers and sisters in public safety in Tampico, wherever they may be. Because if we've learned one thing from both Harvey and 9/11 is sometimes even the biggest departments in the world may need some help. So if we are able to offer this assistance in equipment, and by the way, this is serviceable equipment. This is equipment that will save firefighters' lives, protect their health and their safety. It's serviceable because of rules, regulations here in the United States. We're not able to use those anymore. But this is good equipment. This is equipment that can be deployed, that your firefighters can wear this equipment safely and efficiently to protect their health and safety. So very proud of the work that everybody's done here. I want to thank you all for your efforts. Mayor, I want to thank you for your leadership on this and your approval and getting council to understand the importance of this sister city agreement and partnership. So thank you all.
Thank you, Chief Pena. I'd like to welcome the driving force behind this donation. Since she arrived in Houston, Consul General of Mexico, Ambassador Alicia Kerber Palma, was an advocate for a sister city with local government officials and other community members. Her commitment and unwavering support of this donation were the key to make it happen. Please welcome dear Consul General of Mexico, Ambassador Alicia Kerber Palma, and she has roots in Tampico. So her mother was an distinguished member of our society. Please welcome our Consul member.
Thank you very much. I didn't brought any speech. I'm going to improvise. So first of all, thank you very much, Mayor, for being here and for all the support that you have given to the Mexican community that lives here in Houston. From Sam Pena from the Fire Department, thank you so much for all the support that you also give to our community, not only in special situations, but also by letting them know how you can help our community in those special situations. And for going to the consulate also to give talks to our community, they feel more confident when they have this type of approach while they are waiting for their passports or Mexican IDs or for birth certificates. So you have been really, really an asset for our consulate. When I arrived to Houston in 2019, oh my God, in 2019, something that I discovered is that Tampico was sisterhood with Houston, and that there was a document that was signed. So I said, we need to do something to make it effective, because sometimes we sign documents and we take the photos and everything is very happy, but how can we make this effective in these times? So we began to work with the fire department. We have Zoom meetings during COVID because you never close your offices. The fire department was always there. We have these Zoom meetings with the fire department of Tampico, where you were exchanging good practice, and you can see that there was a strong friendship, a strong relation with both fire departments. So we began to think, how can we help in this? Sam Pena told us, Chief Sam Pena told us about these donations that were given before, so we thought, how can we do this? We found somebody that donated a container, a big container, at least for me it's very big, and because of that we were able to receive this donation from the fire department. You can see that both institutions are like friends, but like brothers that have the same language, the same communications, the same concerns about how can they make their work better. So I think that this represents that strong relation that Mexico has, the Mexicans has also with Mexico, or the Mexicans that live in Houston have directly with Mexico. In this year, we are commemorating the 200 years of the diplomatic relation between Mexico and the United States. And these are the type of activities that really mark an important precedent in the relation, because behind those 200 years, there are diplomats making this type of work, men and women that work for and behalf of their countries. And that's what we want to continue doing, to make a strong relation between communities, between law enforcement authorities, between political authorities, between people that really make think that Mexico and United States can be connected by many other ways, and that we can destroy that idea that we need walls and we need fences in order to protect us. We also want a very orderly, safe, and secure migration, but that can be done in many other ways. Let's put down those barriers that are more mental barriers than any other thing, and let's continue improving in cooperation like the one that we are witnessing today. So for that, thank you so much, Mayor. Thank you so much, Chief Pena, and thank you for all your team that has been very helpful today in order to have this donation.
Thank you.
Thank you. And just a little token of appreciation, Mayor. In order to celebrate these 200 years, we have this coin from the Mexican consulate that we want to give you today to you. So for that, thank you so much. No, thank you so much. And we can lift you up.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Consul Kerber Palma. Representing Tampico's Mayor, Jesus Nader Nasrallah, is the Secretary of Tourism for the City of Tampico, Elvia Olguera Altamirano. Just to give you an example of the really, the sister city relationship. There has been a nonstop flight from Houston to Tampico for over 25 years. And our Secretary of Tourism couldn't get a seat, couldn't get a space on that flight. That flight is booked up. So that is just a proof of a living and vibrant sister city relationship. Please help me welcome Elvia Olguera Altamirano.
Sylvester Turner, Mayor of the City of Houston. Samuel Pena, Chief of Firefighters. Ambassador Alicia Kerber Palma, Head of the Mexican Consulate. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is with great honor and gratitude that I have come today to our sister city of Houston on behalf of Tampico's Mayor Jesus Nader to receive, in the name of Tampico and its people, a most important donation to support the tremendous efforts our brave firefighters perform in service of Tampico. These brave men and women also serve other cities in southern Tamaulipas and northern Veracruz. So it is safe to say that this donation will support many people. I know in my heart that this gesture of great generosity will strengthen the existing bonds between us. Thank you so much. I am also pleased to announce the upcoming celebration of the 200th anniversary of Tampico's foundation on April 12th. We are organizing several civic, cultural, sports, and social activities that will take place throughout the year. It will fill us with joy to be able to host you in such an important celebration and to have the opportunity to thank your generosity in our land. Again, thank you very much to all of you for contributing to our city and the well-being of its people. See you in Tampico.
Thank you, Mayor. I noticed, oh, okay. That there is not a a gift, from the city of Tampico in your protocol room there at City Hall. This little gift may be a good representation of our city, which is the icon of the city, which is the city plaza kiosk, which is a landmark and is very memorable. So thank you to Elvia for being so thoughtful. Last but not least, I would like to thank members of the Houston Fire Department who have guided us in the process and have contributed time and effort to materialize this donation. They are Chief Richard Galvan and his team in Public Affairs, Sub-Chief Captain Michael Zapata, and Chief Joseph Brace, here from the Houston Academy. You're here visiting the Houston Fire Training Academy. And obviously, George Salcido, who was in charge of the project. Please give him a round of applause. And now let's move to the media and photo op. Thank you.
George.
Well,
what do you need?
it's a one-on-one. The media may have requests to talk to you.
Anybody have any questions then about this topic? Yes. To whom?
Just explain why it's so important to maintain that relationship and donating equipment that you would normally throw away, I guess. Why is it important to make sure that this equipment is used?
Well, it's important that we are able to provide equipment to our sister city here, in this case for Tampico, primarily because, look, fires and emergencies wherever you are in the world are similar. The equipment that we're providing here is equipment that is serviceable, that is in good shape, but for whatever reason, whether it's regulations or any other reason, standards, we can no longer deploy it within the city of Houston. And so this equipment, instead of it going to waste or going to salvage, it's much better. There's a much better use for that for the men and women in Tampico that can safely use this equipment to serve their communities, just much like Houston firefighters serve the city of Houston.
And I'm also the official pool, so can you kind of encapsulate the entire press conference?
Absolutely. So we're gathered here today to make a donation of nearly $250,000 worth of firefighting equipment and tools to the city of Tampico under the Sister City Agreement. This is the second donation to Tampico in Mayor Turner's administration, but it's been the fourth large donation that's been provided to the city of Tampico under this agreement in the last 20 years since the inception of the Sister City program. And we're very proud to be able to provide the equipment. We want to thank the taxpayers of the city of Houston as well for ensuring that we are able to replace our equipment appropriately in Mayor Turner's and City Council's allocations. But the equipment still has serviceable life, and there is no much better use than somebody that can employ it and be able to use it for the safety and efficiency of their firefighters. En español. Estamos aquí en la hermandad, las ciudades hermanas de Tampico. Esta es la segunda donación que la ciudad de Houston ha dado a la ciudad de Tampico en los últimos 5 años. Y es la cuarta donación que se ha dado desde que se comenzó esta hermandad, ¿sí? Este es equipo que no podemos usar aquí en la ciudad de Houston, pero todavía tiene uso para los bomberos de Tampico, y estamos muy orgullosos de poder dar esta donación de parte del alcalde Turner de la ciudad de Houston y el departamento de bomberos de la ciudad de Houston. Yes, absolutely. Elvia. En español.
Elvia Olguera, representante del alcalde Jesús Nader esta mañana. Y quiero a nombre del presidente municipal, pero sobre todo de los tampiqueños, agradecer este gesto de generosidad en la donación del equipo para los bomberos de Tampico, que no solamente dan servicio a la ciudad de Tampico, sino también a las ciudades hermanas conurbadas del sur de Tamaulipas y norte de Veracruz. Estoy segura que harán un buen uso y que esto servirá para ayudar a las ciudades del sur de Tamaulipas y norte de Veracruz. Estamos muy contentos de este gesto de generosidad que estoy segura vienen a reforzar el hermanamiento de nuestras ciudades que se llevó a cabo hace ya 20 años. Y comenté también que quiero compartir que Tampico estará celebrando el 200 aniversario de su fundación el próximo 12 de abril con diferentes actividades cívicas, sociales, culturales, deportivas durante todo el año y que nos dará muchísimo gusto recibir al mayor de Houston y a todos ustedes en nuestra celebración para poder tener la oportunidad de agradecer en nuestra tierra esta importante donación.
Las hermandades, las hermandades se realizan a través de diplomacia ciudadana, es decir, las relaciones entre Houston y Tampico se dan todos los días a través de individuos, pequeños negocios, el vuelo de United, la carga del puerto, que tienen comunicación todos los días. Pero este equipo, simplemente para darles una idea, ha salvado vidas en el pasado cuando hemos mandado unas quijadas de la vida para abrir autos colapsados. Me han llamado y me han dicho, pero esto es anecdótico, no nos damos cuenta, pero esto tiene una influencia y tiene un impacto directo todos los días, no solo en Tampico, en Madero, Altamira y del otro lado del río Pánuco.